What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Steels Forever. You know the routine. I'm right back at you. Today I'm gonna do a first impressions or like mini review of Star Ocean 4: The Last Hope. Wow, where do I start, man? This game has been getting, kind of some mixed reviews on the web. I'm here to tell you, if you are an RPG fan, you need to go out right now and buy this game. This game is, I'm going to make the statement to say this is the best RPG on the PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360 right now. This is really a super RPG. Now I'm not saying that, like I said before, I'm not saying it's a perfect RPG, but this is a next generation RPG as far as sound, graphics, gameplay, combat system, everything you would think you would want in a next generation console RPG is in Star Ocean 4: The Last Hope. Now, the biggest complaint I've been hearing around the web has to be the voice acting, so we're going to cover that first. When I first put the game in, I'm not gonna lie, I heard it was the captain and the guy, the dictator guy that was over the captain or over the Star Force. Once I heard their voices, I was like, okay, this is some terrible voice acting. But the thing about it is, so far I'm like 8 hours in, going on 10, and those two voices are really the only annoying voices I heard so far. Now when I say that, the captain voice is not really that bad. Now there's a girl in there named Welch, and I know a lot of people are going to say like, well, Welch's voice is terrible, but I'm like, I actually like Welch's voice because she's like a young teenager on Rillian or sugar or chocolate, and she's very hyper and like yeah, and so her voice actually fits her character. So the only voice that I would say I didn't like particularly was the guy that was over the original captain before you became captain of another ship. I don't want to give any spoilers, so sorry, I'm not gonna give any spoilers. The voices of Edge, the girl that I forget her name, and the little girl, and the Elfdarian, great. I love the little girl's voice. I mean, like, it's like, like most games, if there's a child or younger person on the game, then it's like they always try to make them sound more, adult, very like edgy. But with this girl, the little girl, she's about 13 or 14. Oh man, I wish I remember her name. But it's like real childish. It's like real, not childish in a bad way where it's irritating, but like childish from the standpoint she really sounds like a 14-year-old little girl, and the vocabulary words that she using, and the sentences that she says sounds very like a 13 or 14-year-old girl. So I actually love her voice, and she has this like little signature line where she says like K, and I just love it. It's like I love that voice acting. I mean, like, people can say what they want, but it's cool to me. The storyline is, at the beginning it's pretty straight. It caught my attention at the beginning. It's not the best story at the beginning, but it's far from being the worst, but it's good enough. It's very, very good enough to where it keeps your attention to about 30-45 minutes, an hour in, where the story gets a lot more better and some of the action picks up. So like I said, I'm about 10 hours in, and the story actually evolves very nicely, and it doesn't give out too much of the story at one time. So it's kind of like, it's exciting to go from point A to point B and see some more of the story, then go to C just to see a twist, and you might have to go back and do something but see some more of the story. So the story development of the game is actually real good. Like I said, I haven't played all the way through it, so I don't really know exactly where it's going, but I like so far what I've seen and the first disc I'm loving. Now you probably asking like, okay, what is then, like, I'm ripping and raving about this being a great RPG, like what really makes this a great RPG? Like outside of the story, what really sets the tone for Star Ocean 4 is the combat system. The combat system on this, you always hear the complaint of people saying in JRPGs, saying, okay, it's turn-based, it's good, the story's good, but it's boring because I get tired, I'm so tired of the turn-based systems. It's just like, okay, but now Star Ocean is actually in real time. But like some games don't really pull that off very effectively, to where you might have it real times and it kind of feels like you're playing more of an action game or action RPG and not a JRPG. Well, Star Ocean pulls it off. It's like the combat system is so in depth. It's like I spent hours and I'm still learning the little nits and nats about the combat system. Like you can just you can just run out there. First of all, you got like 3 to 4. Right now I have 4 characters. It's like when you start out, everybody just runs and they out there fighting, blah blah blah, and you can just push the button. And when you push the button, you do, like with Edge, you do a 3-hit combo. You got these things called, you can sidestep attacks, where you can actually time it, where you can slide by the enemy, and each character has their own signature, slide by. Then you got, or the rush attack, and then you got this attack called the rush attack, and this is where you can like charge up like Dragon Ball Z type Saiyan, and then you can start glowing, and then you can do this rush attack where you just an all-out onslaught on the enemy, and then you can call in your friends, and all of them will let go with their super abilities. And then on top of that, you have magic. On top of the magic, you actually have skills that you can incorporate and learn these different skills. So to add to your 3 to 4 hit combo that Edge might has, you can actually then go into another skill that may add on 6 to 7 more hits, and then once you get further along, you can add even more hits, and then you can set, like on your last setup, if you got your character set up right, they can even then jump in and then take over and then keep the combo going. So the combat system is like really where this game is really shining. And and I'm gonna go out there and say, like, this is probably, I'm not saying 100% sure, but I can bet dollars on that this is almost the exact same combat system that Final Fantasy 13 is going to use. I'm hoping that if they can make the combat system in Final Fantasy 13 better than what I'm playing here in Star Ocean, like, oh my god, like this is what we're seeing, probably the revolution of what JRPGs is going to actually be. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to get away from the turn-based style of fighting, but you can tell that this is actually what RPGs are evolving into. The length of the game seems pretty lengthy. Like I said, I'm up to like 10 hours. I think I'm at level 16, and I'm still on disc 1. I don't really know like how much more I have to go to this one, but there's like 2 more discs, and Microsoft is so sucky when it comes to their packaging and the 2 discs. But like I said, overall I'll give this game easily a 9. If it wasn't for some of the voice acting I heard so far, I probably would give it a 9.5, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 9. If you haven't got it, run out and get Star Ocean The Last Hope. Star Ocean 4 The Last Hope. Great JRPG. Combat system is solid, super solid. The voice acting is good, not as bad as people are saying. Only for the first 15 minutes it is super terrible. Get by the first 15 minutes, voice acting jumps back up by 90%. Go get this game. Great RPG. Give it a 9. It's your boy Stills Forever signing off. Later.